Enrollment of Senior Advocates under the Advocates Act 1961. Introduction. The legal profession in India is governed by the Advocates Act 1961, which consolidates laws relating to advocates and provides for a unified class of legal practitioners. Within this single class, the Act recognizes a special distinction between senior advocates and other advocates. Senior advocates are legal practitioners of exceptional standing, skill, and expertise, formally designated to assist courts with their specialized knowledge. The purpose of this recognition is to ensure that the most experienced members of the bar play a role in the advancement of justice and jurisprudence. Statutory Framework, Section 16 of the Advocates Act, 1961 classifies advocates into two categories. 1. Senior advocates. 2. Other advocates. According to Section 16(2), an advocate may be designated as a senior advocate if the Supreme Court or a High Court is of the opinion that, by virtue of their ability, standing at the bar, or special knowledge of law, they deserve such distinction. Once designated, a senior advocate is subject to certain restrictions under the Bar Council of India rules, such as not being allowed to file vakalatnamas directly or draft pleadings independently. Their role is more advisory, and they are expected to appear along with an instructing advocate. Enrollment procedure. The enrollment of advocates in general is governed by Section 24 of the Advocates Act, which lays down the conditions for entry into the profession. However, designation as senior advocate is not a matter of enrollment, but of conferment of status. The process involves application by the advocate or suo motu consideration by the court, scrutiny of professional standing, years of practice, and contribution to legal development, a decision by the full court of the Supreme Court or High Court, typically by majority. This ensures that designation is based on merit rather than seniority alone. Tab Judicial Interpretation and Case Law. The distinction of senior advocates has been tested in several judicial pronouncements. 1. Indira Jaising v. Supreme Court of India, 2017, 9 SCC 766. The Supreme Court laid down detailed guidelines for the designation of senior advocates. It directed the setting up of a permanent committee headed by the Chief Justice, along with senior judges and members of the bar, to evaluate candidates based on objective criteria, such as years of practice, publications, pro bono work, and reputation. This case emphasized transparency, objectivity, and fairness in the designation process. 2. J.R. Parashar v. Prashant Bhushan, 2001, 6 SCC 735. The court held that restrictions placed upon senior advocates, such as not filing pleadings directly, were constitutionally valid and in the interest of maintaining professional standards. 3. Supreme Court Bar Association v. Union of India, 1998, 4 SCC 409. While primarily about disciplinary control, this case reaffirmed the special position of senior advocates under the Act and the supervisory role of the court in maintaining standards. Conclusion. The enrollment and designation of senior advocates under the Advocates Act, 1961, represents a balance between recognition of merit and the need for regulation in the legal profession. Senior advocates, by virtue of their standing and expertise, enrich judicial proceedings and uphold the dignity of the profession. With the guidelines in Indira Jaising's case, the process has become more transparent and merit-based, ensuring that only the most deserving practitioners receive this distinction. Thus, the provision not only honors professional excellence, but also strengthens the rule of law in India. Would you like me to also draft